students, English online class. In today's class, we are going to discuss about the poem A Tiger in the Zoo, which is written by Leslie Norris. In this poem, there is a comparison between the life of a tiger in a natural habitat and in a cage. The poet gives out a strong message that the wild animals should remain in their natural habitat and not caged in zoos. Out of this, born the poet's strong plea that freedom shouldn't be snatched from the wild animals. Now let us see the first stanza. He stalks in his vivid stripes the few steps of his cage on pads of velvet quiet in his quiet rage. In this stanza, the poet tries to explain that the tiger with vivid stripes walks hard in the cage. He looks majestic but captivated in a small cage. Can you see the vivid stripes on the tiger? He looks majestic, isn't it? Now look at his pads. His pads are velvet like soft. In spite of being the most powerful and ferocious, he now is imprisoned and is just helpless. Now let us take a peek at the second stanza. He should be lurking in shadow, sliding through long grass near the water hole where plump deer pass. The poet here tries to explain that the poet pities that the tiger should have been lurking and sliding in the tall grass instead of being in the cage. Can you look at the natural habitat of the tiger, which is supposed to be its forest? Yes? See how well it is enjoying its natural habitat. He should have been in the natural habitat, hunting and resting. Obviously, the poet implies that his freedom has been snatched from him. He should have been stalking some fatty deer near a water hole and lying there expecting a good feast. The tiger is searching for its prey. Can you look at that? A fatty, plump deer. Now let us take a peek at the third stanza. He should be snarling around houses at the jungle's edge, baring his white fangs, his claws, terrorizing the village. In this para, the poet tries to explain that the poet imagines what the tiger should be doing if he escaped hunting his wild game. In that case, the tiger would be snarling around the houses near the jungle's edge. He would be growling near some village and showing his white fangs and fearful claws. Can you look at his white fangs? Which means the two long, sharp teeth? Yes. Now coming to the fourth stanza. But he is locked in a concrete cell, his strength behind bars, stalking the length of his cage, ignoring the visitors. The poet here, he says that the tiger is now imprisoned in a small cage with concrete surface. In spite of all his strength, he moves in despair on the stony surface of his cell. He is angry and disappointed but can't do anything. He ignores the visitors. Can you still look at that? Who prolongs his suffering as they can't let him rest in the cage. The poet implies the callousness and indifference of the official towards his pathetic plight. Now, the fifth stanza. He hears the last voice at night, the patrolling cars, and stares with his brilliant eyes at the brilliant stars. Here, the tiger remains disturbed by patrolling cars even at night. Can you see the patrolling cars? Yes, the patrolling cars at night, they don't allow the tiger to sleep at night. That would be the last voice which the tiger hears. In all this, the tiger has lost all hopes of getting into his natural habitat. He stares at the brilliant stars, seemingly praying to the Almighty for freedom. He seems to be searching for some hope and rest in the brilliant stars. Thus, in this poem, the poet gives a message to his readers that the tiger is better suited to be living in a jungle. In the jungle, the tiger, the wild animal, can roam freely and express his power. In the forest, he can hunt only when he requires his food. On the other hand, in the zoo, the space is too short for a tiger to roam. His movement is restricted and made him prisoner in the cage of the zoo. Here the tiger lives an